Indian cricket kind of never runs dry, and you are a cricket fan yourself. And then the fact that you spend time between India and the UK, where I think the Indian cricket fandom is like a different space altogether.
Yes.
What do you make of Indian cricket?
A lot of academies educational academies in the UK are either football, rugby, and less cricket. Football in the UK or in Europe, there's so many leagues, right? There's a Spanish league, the La Liga, there's Italian, there's German, Bundesliga, UK Premier League. So they have put a lot of money behind these academies and sponsorships. Plus, it's a one-day game. Football is 90 minutes. They go to the pub, they enjoy. You can't be sitting in the pub for the whole day. Slowly, I'm seeing some interest coming in cricket, but it will never stand a chance to get to football.
The last five jersey sponsors of the Indian team, kind of ran into trouble because of their own personal problems. So, have you kind of answered questions on that front? Have you thought about it? I remember when RMG Real Money Gaming got banned and Dream 11 was going to go out of the Team India jersey. I was talking to some people in the BCCI, and I think by then they had an idea that there are interests. They were like overjoyed.
Indian cricket, boys in blue have done an amazing job. After Kapil Dev won the World Cup to what it is today, the brand of cricket in the world from India has become a very premium brand. That is what Apollo Tyres is about.
Since the 90s, if I were to look back, this is the first instance of a proper corporate coming and putting in a bid, not just one, but kind of three proper bidders.
We are not a sporting nation as yet.
We should become.
We should 100%.
What will it take?
There is so much talent out there. Okay? We don't even know where the talent is.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Bombay Sport Exchange. My name is K Shriniwas Rao, and today we have with us Mr. Neeraj Kanwar, the Vice Chairman and Managing Director at Apollo Tyres, and more recently, the man who decided to bid for the jersey of the Indian cricket team. Quite a brave decision, we'll find out. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Were you kind of surfing, or were you next the day your company won the rights to?
Actually, honestly, I didn't, because I was so busy with answering questions from the media, talking to the internal team to give the communication, because it was such an exciting moment for me in my life that I just didn't have even time to look at social media at all. So it was a moment of pride, joy, emotional, that wow, finally we have done something with a big, huge bang for India and for the company. And surprisingly, 4 or 5 days before this, I got an email from an employee from Chennai saying that, sir, Dream 11 is out, and I think we should go and bid for the jersey. And we're already in the process of bidding for the jersey. And I was like, okay, thank you for your suggestion. And I was like, my God, it was just out of the cuff, this email came from a very junior middle management guy who said that you should take this opportunity.
Okay.
So it was very exciting for me.
When you all won the bid, the general understanding, which I'll also correct it, which I've also tweeted about, is that the general perception was that anybody who's kind of come and bid for the Indian team jersey has kind of run out of luck at some point.
Huh.
However, since the 90s, if I were to look back, I can't think this is the first instance of a proper corporate coming and putting in a bid, not just one, but kind of three proper bidders at good value.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to kind of go into names and all, but the last five jersey sponsors of the Indian team, kind of ran into trouble because of their own personal problems. So, and do you kind of have you kind of answered questions on that front? Have you thought about it?
A lot of questions came with even internally and externally, and I think my answer is very clear that what my father has built as a foundation of this company so strong that I had the whole belief that yes, I am going to go into this with a strong bid, and if I get it, then I'm there for long term. And Apollo is here since 1976. It is a leader in the tire industry. We've become a global company with Europe and America in our bag. So, and we have 20,000 people. Okay, so we are not a short-term thinking company. We're a corporate. We have a lot of investors to look after, shareholders to look after, and therefore the foundation of this company is so strong that it gave me confidence to go ahead with this bid.
And you all have been in sport for a while now.
Yes, we've been in sports for a long time, ever since I joined the company, because I'm a sports guy. So we first started with tennis because cricket was so overcrowded.
That was 2008.
Yes, we started with the tennis academy with Mahesh
Mahesh
Bhupati, and that fell off because of other reasons in 2 years. Then we went into Manchester United. We've been with them for 12 years in football.
You all sponsor the practice kits, etc. Right?
We sponsor, yes, and we are the tire sponsor for Manchester United.
Yeah.
That's lasted us for 12 years. It's ongoing. Then we took on Sachin in 2016, 2017. Sachin was obviously the guru of sports, and he had retired by then. And I saw that as an opportunity because Sachin took sports to the world, right? Bollywood went to the world. Sachin took sports of India to the world. And for me, that was very, very important. And what he brings on the table is his passion, his commitment, the way he has played the game with so much commitment and passionate. And that's what Apollo Tire values are. So the combination of Apollo and him was just great. And then came the Indian cricket t-shirt.
I remember when RMG Real Money Gaming got banned and Dream 11 was going to go out of the Team India jersey. I was talking to some people in the BCCI, and it was a few days later, and I think by then they had an idea that there are interests, that people are showing interest. They were like overjoyed. They were overjoyed, and they were like, "Oh, it's up!" I remember one BCCI official telling me, "Srini ji, aap rukhiye, aap dekhiye kya hone wala hai," like kind of So, which reminds me, like Indian cricket kind of never runs dry, and you are a cricket fan yourself. What is it? And then the fact that you spend time between India and the UK, where I think the Indian cricket fandom is like a different space altogether.
Yes.
What do you make of Indian cricket? As a brand, as a space, as an identity, what do you make of it? Especially as someone from a corporate space.
Indian cricket, the boys in blue have done an amazing job in the past several years. From where they were after Kapil Dev won the World Cup to what it is today, and then T20 coming in, and then IPL coming in. The brand of cricket in the world from India has become a very premium brand. Okay? And that is what Apollo Tyres is about. It's about corporate responsibility, it's about uniting India, it's about leadership, it's about premiumization. So all these values that I see in the Indian cricket team, what the boys have done, is amazing. And then the women winning the World Cup also just happened, and it just so happened that we were on the t-shirt again. And it gives me goosebumps when I saw the final, and you would have also seen the semi-final, on how these women played with so much commitment, passion, and they won the cup. And to beat Australia is a big, big thing. That in itself was a final, other than South Africa.
So you have two titles to your credit now?
Yeah, we have the Asia Cup and we have the Women's ODI.
And you have the T20 World Cup coming.
And we have the World Cup coming.
Tell me, until the turn of the century, Bollywood was India's biggest export to the West. And you'll agree that, kind of post the advent of IPL, I mean, that mantle shifted and cricket took over. And cricket is today easily India's biggest export to the world. It's also India's biggest soft power. You think it's made that shift from being that mainstream desi, simmering ocean to now a globe-trotting brand that Indian cricket.
100%. I mean, The amount I travel and the amount I hear people talk about Indian cricket is huge. I mean, they are no less than Bollywood.
Bigger
Okay.
now.
And then I would say, yeah, I would say much, much bigger. And they have really shown to the world of cricket that they are premium and they are someone to be known about. See, and what's happening also now in the world is that I was surprised. We have an office in Atlanta. My office guys were telling me yesterday only there are 56 teams in Atlanta alone, professional
Yeah,
cricket.
yeah, yeah. Those
So
numbers
cricket,
in America are
yeah,
mad numbers.
and they're going crazy. And why is this happening? Is because of the IPL, because of what India has done to cricket. India has done this to cricket where they've taken it out. Now you look at our first matches, I think India US.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, where does US come in the cricket? If you think 20 years ago or even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and now people in Europe are picking up. Netherlands, for instance, Germany. And Sachin is going and promoting cricket outside. He was recently, I think, in Texas or somewhere to promote cricket. And then he's starting something in Canada. So, cricket is now moving out. And it is because of our boys.
Indian diaspora.
Yes. It is because of our boys, how they've made cricket into a different game, totally.
Talk to me as a sponsor. Explain to me if you could, like, kind of, if you can break it down and help me understand from your company's perspective, from a brand perspective, how does a sponsorship space like the Indian jersey help?
It's a national pride. Okay. The exposure that we are getting today, I couldn't get through any other medium. Whether it's on the T-shirt, it's advertising, it's reaching out to every person in India who's watching cricket. Okay, let's be very clear with that. It's reaching out to the rural market, where some markets it's impossible to go to and it's expensive. Okay, rural India, and that's where our tires are selling, which is two-wheeler cars and farm tires. And I'm already seeing the traction of new dealers coming in from the rural market. And so revenue is going up. Revenue goes up, market share is going up, and EBITDA margin will go up. So it's giving me a very good brand exposure. But now what we are trying to do is activate more with this. We hit the road, right? The rubber hits the road. So we have to activate this, what we've taken, this brand sponsorship, on the road with the dealers, with our consumers, to try and see how we can increase our market share. Even though we are leaders, obviously we have to grow. And I'm already seeing the traction, like I told you, in India. Not only in India, the diaspora outside is also watching. As I told you, cricket has become very popular. People in America do wake up at 4 a.m. and watch cricket. Okay, my daughter is going to school in New York, and I keep going there, and I'm waking up myself at 4 a.m. I was actually in New York watching the women's final and semi-final.
Okay.
Very nervous. I was walking up and down, and my wife is saying, "What are you doing?" at 5 in the morning. So, just telling that the brand of Apollo Tyres on the T-shirt is giving us huge exposure, and we're going to start taking more and more, squeezing more and more activation out of this to try and see how we can benefit our market share and our revenue.
So Indian cricket actually from a brand standpoint is the kind of product that you require to go last mile in a country as deep as ours, right?
There is no other sport in India that is watched the way it is watched. I mean, there are at least 70% of the population is watching cricket.
Okay, then let me set the cat among the pigeons then. Don't you think that in a space like this, sponsorship actually kind of is needed in other sports which are actually last mile but really are not coming up mainstream?
Now, as you know, I've done tennis, we've done football, we are doing football, and now cricket. In between, we also do golf. Okay, we are picking up golf with the Fredestein brand, with our Dutch brand. In Europe, we do skiing. And we do marathon, Paris Marathon. So I'm into all types of sports, and especially for India, now what I'm seeing with India, it's not only cricket. If you see, we have excelled in badminton, the women's badminton, in table tennis, in athletics. Now finally we started getting medals in the Asian Games and in the Olympics. Wrestling is big. So tennis, again, there are Indians there. Golf again. So whatever the government is doing is going in the right direction. At one point, if you remember, 20 years ago, India used to go the most populated country in the world after China, and not even one medal.
Yeah.
Whereas Russia, China, America, hundreds and hundreds of medals. At least now we started getting. So I am for all sports. I'm not wedded to any sport.
We are still very medal centric. I'm saying that are we a sporting nation or a medal winning nation or a medal aspiring nation?
We are not a sporting nation as yet.
We should become.
We should 100%.
What will it take?
There is so much talent out there. Okay, we don't even know where the talent is because we've not even gone with a proper systematic approach to the problem. Okay, we are nowhere in football. Let's say why? Because we have so many people, Calcutta, Kerala, Chennai, Bombay. There are a lot of talent there. If we go in a systematic way, have academies, get people, and we need government support. It has to be a partnership with government and corporate. The money has to channel in the right direction, which is not happening for obvious reasons. So, the way America has done, the way China has done. I mean, China today has beaten even the US. So they've gone in a very, very structured manner. They are into swimming, they're into all sports they've taken over. Okay, no one could beat the Americans and the Australians in swimming. And the Chinese came up from nowhere. So because they've gone with a very systematic manner, approach, taking kids at smaller age and then training them all the way through and getting pride to their country. And I think that is what India needs to do. I have been pushing Manchester United that please come. They've come here, they've done camps where they are, just 2-day camps, but that doesn't make any difference to the talent. But I've been pushing them to come here, search talent, and take them to the United Academy in Manchester. Okay? And they've committed to me that they will start.
It's very weird, kids who are growing up playing a sport, until 8 or 10 years of age, globally they're all the same. They're eating the same food, everything.
Yes.
It's like, you enter your teens and then suddenly the global benchmark just keeps going higher and higher and we keep stagnating. Like
in our DNA, so I think Sachin was telling me or someone was telling me that our stamina is less than the others. It's in our DNA. And we don't focus more on building our strength and stamina. Okay, we are very laxed on that. That is where the training has to come in at a grassroots level with proper diet, proper training. All of that has to happen in the academy. It can't just be one thing. Skill, okay, fine, you have to have the talent. But if you don't follow it up with proper training, proper diet, food, proper living, then obviously you won't be successful.
got to be a way of life.
And that's what we did in Bangalore with tennis. We had Mahesh Bhupati's father. We got coaches from Australia, from Canada. We had
2008 one.
Yeah. And we had students from the age of 8 to 13, and they were studying and they were also playing tennis and coaching. And I went and visited, and it was very funny, they were how they were training also. They were looking at just how Roger Federer's feet were moving on the court when he was playing. Nothing else, just the feet, how they were. And this is what these coaches were making them see, that he was purely doing a ballet in tennis. That's why his injuries were very less. Okay? And they were just showing the feet, how he's moving in the tennis court. I mean, that is the level of training that people are doing around the world. And like you said, sports has gone to a different level in the world. What tennis was before and what tennis is now is ridiculous.
Madness.
It's madness.
Absolute madness.
I don't know whether you've ever seen a real Grand Slam live.
One game.
I have seen the 5 hours ones with Federer and Nadal and Federer and Roddick and in Wimbledon. You can't see the ball, the way they hit. And now it's gone to another level with these two new guys.
Absolutely.
They're killing it. So, and that requires a lot of training and a lot of discipline.
I was reading about you before coming to do this podcast, and one of the interesting things I read was when you joined the company, you kind of used your name as Neeraj Singh. You avoided Kanwar in your. What essentially my takeaway was like you started from scratch, regardless of where you're coming from, apropos where you're coming from. From a real life standpoint, do we lack the patience these days to start from scratch in sports? Now we are talking about sport. Everything got to be top heavy. You talk about a sport today, somebody wants to do a league around it. You talk about a sport today, somebody wants to do an award ceremony around it. But I can't think of even a single example where somebody is actually a corporate has gone into sport and is doing something very organically, like you said, like last mile, some godforsaken village in this country where you're down and you come up with. Is that something which is lacking in this country when we talk about the difference between us and the West, and when we compare ourselves with China, in terms of sport not becoming a way of life in this country?
Yes, sir, the issue we have as corporates is that we can't do anything without the government bodies, right? Now you tell me, like a body like BCCI, I need their support if I want to start a cricket academy, for instance. And you know how difficult that will be for me. And I don't have the time. I need to move fast in whatever I want to do. And whether it is, and that's one of the reasons that I had to shut the tennis academy. Because I got a lot of flack from the Indian Tennis Association. That because our mission statement said, Apollo Mission 2018 to make a Grand Slam winner, singles title, male or female, by 2018. We'll give ourselves 10 years. That was our tagline. Okay, Mission 2018, Apollo to make a Grand Slam single title winner, female, male. We got a lot of flack for it. Who are you to say that? So then in fact, we had to we had kids and families outside this reception here saying that, please, uncle, don't do. Please, we want to. And these are like, who had then become good players, juniors. One guy, I forget his name, Yuki Bhamri. He, I think, won the juniors in Australia. And some kids also reached France, Paris, for the Grand Slam, for the juniors. But they were not given the thappa of the Indian slam, so they had to come back. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if we can work together, have a partnership together, I would love to go in, 100%. If I'm approached and it is done in a proper way, that what international people are doing, corporates will come, 100% corporates will come. Because it gives us pride. Forget about the brand and forget about the company.
Exactly.
As an Indian nationality, you want India to be also up there in sports. Especially in the Olympics or in the Asian Games. Okay, we've taken cricket to another level, but where are we in the games? We are nowhere. We will be down below. Even small countries like Iraq, Iran, or UAE, they are doing much better than us.
Crazy, yes.
The medal tally is much better than us. Yes. So I'm saying, as an Indian, I want us to be at least in the top 10. We've done it in, let's say, corporate. We've done it in the automotive space, right? They are now, today, India would be the second largest producer of cars after China. We have world-class technology as far as tires are concerned. Okay, Indian tire industry has world-class tire technology, because we all are fighting with the best in class in Europe or in America. So we've done amazingly well in R&D. We have the best software engineers in India. Tech is number one. We have the best doctors in the world, right? Think about it. So why are we not being able to do in sports is the question that I have. And I'm not being able to answer it.
So you're saying that corporate India would be more than happy to kind of stand up for the cause if the right messaging was done.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and I have a belief that the top 20, 30 companies of India today would definitely want to come into sports. And if we are shown the right way, there's a system, there's a proper, open, transparent process.
Of course.
Like, I must tell you one thing. When I went into this bidding for BCCI, I was really, really happy and surprised. The way BCCI handled the bidding process, my God, so professional, you can't believe it.
Yes.
Okay? At 1:30, they were going to open the bidding document, all the three bidders. And at 1:35, they were going to tell, and they did exactly. And I remember I was in London and I was shaving, getting ready to go to office. And my phone rang and I saw Hemang, BCCI. And I said, oh, teri. And I quickly answered and I had shaving foam on my face. And I'm like, yeah, hi. He said, welcome to BCCI. I said, my God. I got goosebumps. I literally had tears in my eyes, like I'm having now. And I had not told my father this. I didn't want to tell him until I didn't do it. And obviously my wife knew, my son knew. They are the ones who pushed me, by the way, because one of my global marketing head called me 2 weeks before that. Sir, Dream 11 is available, T-shirt is available, they've gone. I said, are you mad? 400 crores is the starting bid. I said, Udyan, go to sleep. He's in America. And then I sat in the night and I was having a drink with my son. And I said, Jay, what do you think about this idea? He said, Dad, close your eyes and run. What are you saying? I said, I'm 50-50 here, 50 there. And my wife said, Neeraj, stop it. Just go for it. And then I went for it. Then I spoke to Sachin a lot. Sachin advised me a lot. And then the shaving incident, then what happened, I shut the phone. I said, let me finish my shaving, then I'll call everyone. बीच में सचिन का फोन आ गया, फिर मैंने शेविंग बंद की. So this happened. Then I said, hell with shaving. Then I called up internally. I told everyone. Then I called my father. I said, Dad, I want to give you good news. We are on the T-shirt. He said, which T-shirt? I said, Indian T-shirt. He said, for which match? I said, Dad, for 3 years. So then he said, Acha, all very good. How much have you paid? 579. What? Show me the paper. I said, 1 minute. Someone will get you the paper. And he was in India. So, I mean, that day I also went to meet in the Sanjay Hinduja in London. They had called up now AP Chief Minister's son. Okay. He's known to me. So, for tea at 4 o'clock. He was coming there too. And I didn't know this BCCI. So I went for tea because we have a very large plant in AP. Everyone started congratulating me. And, that in itself, and they were all the big guys there. And he said, yeah, Neeraj, up though you've done this, you have to get Sachin to AP. I said, yes, sir, I'll get Sachin to AP. And so, cricket, people got to know within seconds the Indian diaspora. That Apollo Tyres on the T-shirt. Can you believe it? Within 4 p.m. I went for tea. And I said...
Indian cricket, that's the power.
I mean, look at the power.
All
of them who were coming in, I won't take names, but all the big industrialists of India were coming obviously to meet the minister. Everyone, oh Neeraj, yaar, amazing, amazing. This is the first time, like you said, a proper corporate has come into the world of Indian cricket. After a long time. I don't even know when it was anyone else who I can think of.
So 2 things that come to mind actually. One is what you mentioned about BCCI. unfortunately, public perception around how Indian Cricket Board, the BCCI functions and all is like, BCCI है, कैसे काम करता है, उन्हीं को पता है. But the reality is what you are saying. They are a very professional
Yes.
body, especially when it comes to this tendering and all, right?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
come what may, internally it was advised to BCCI to kind of like for the larger rights, like for example, the media rights and all. उनको बोला गया है, internally the survey has told them that you do a close bidding, you will get a higher value.
Obviously.
Like when in 21, when they sold the media rights, they were getting into the sale of media rights. It was told to them that आप close bidding करो, it will go beyond 50 CR, 55 CR. And I remember talking to the members, and they said nothing doing. We don't mind losing money. We don't mind money. We don't mind not getting the processing, but we will go only through e-auction. So some of the things that they do is actually very meticulous. And then you mentioned how, kind of your own experience with the.
No, I'll tell you guys, one was the contract itself.
Yeah.
Very professional. We did not have any hiccups. I mean, I had 10 days. They had 10 days. They didn't have anyone on the t-shirt because we went to Ahmedabad. Who were they playing? West Indies. Okay?
Yeah.
They had 10 days to have someone on the t-shirt. And then Adidas to print it. So to design that also,
Yeah.
we were given a rule कि इतना scale होना चाहिए. You can't do more than that scale. Okay? And where will it be positioned? So to that detail, boss, they were doing. And so when there's a bilateral, I'm here. When there's ICC, I'm here. I mean, so professional. I have yet to come across, in India at least, such a professional body. Why their reputation externally is so, I have no idea. But after my experience with them, boss, it's been...
They've been... Yeah,
and ye nahi ki, bhai, I'm waiting. Emails were going back and forth. There was only me, global marketing head, and one of my finance accounts guy. 3 of us knew about this. That's it. No one knew. Channel, talk. And that's how I like to work.
Fair enough.
I don't want to go into circles and circles and circles. And just take the damn decision. I mean, the night before the bidding, I said to my wife who loves numerology, so I said, Sim, the indication is that this Kanwar could be in the race, and they were very aggressive. And so give me a number between 575 and 580.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so she said 579. And I called up my marketing guy. I said, Udyan, 579 dal paper mein. Kyon sir? I said, tu dal na. तो उसने डाला अंदर और हो गया फिर.
So the other bit which I was mentioning, and since you mentioned last mile, grassroots at the start of this conversation, do you remember turn of the century, Nairobi में जब Champions Trophy हुआ था, like Zahir Khan made his debut. Okay, so Zahir Khan, okay, very fresh left arm fast bowler. The world is like watching. India is like, kaun hai bhai? Finally, we have a decent fast bowler kind of a thing. And he came from a very small village on the outskirts of Ahmednagar in Maharashtra, Srirampur. Because we are talking grassroots and last mile, at that time it was a rarity. The Indian team, first it was Bombay driven, then it became Karnataka driven. There was a time in the 90s, if you see, like literally 70%, 60% of the team was from Karnataka. So there was when that happened, Srirampur people, actually I remember at those days, actually, kahan se aaya ye? That story where like, this young wannabe pace bowler who wanted to be an engineer, came to Bombay, was advised to forgo his studies, pursue his cricket, etc. But to the last 5 to 10 years in Indian cricket, you see where the real talent is coming from.
It's coming from all over.
All over and
all
literally
over.
Last mile, as you kind of mentioned.
Look at Jaiswal, look at Abhishek Sharma, look at Shubman Gill. They all have stories.
Yeah.
Even Virat, even apna Rohit. They all have very, very stories of grassroots.
Yeah.
And where they have come from, commitment. Let's not forget Sachin. I mean, he moved from his house to his aunt's house. Look at that commitment, boss. That is what I'm saying, that India has talent, hidden talent. We just have to channel it right in the right direction. In every sport, we have talent. ऐसे तो नहीं अब सारे पेरेंट्स कहते हैं भाई बड़े होके ना क्रिकेटर बनो क्योंकि आईपीएल में बहुत पैसा होता है राइट बट अगर हम दूसरी चीज़ें भी देखें सो देन वी कैन डू इट वी हैव द टैलेंट लाइक आई जस्ट मेंशन टू यू डॉक्टर्स टेक दिस दैट we have so much
problem is we remember sport only once non-cricketing sport we remember only once every 4 years जब हमारा ओलंपिक्स जाने का टाइम आता
है हाँ उस टाइम हम जाग जाते हैं अभी वो बेचारा मेसी आया उसका ख़त्म कर दिया उसको
So tell me, would you have paid?
No, I got a proposal because I'm a football fan. My son is a football fan, and I got a proposal from marketing to some 3.5 or 4 crore to meet him for 15 minutes. I said, "Oi, get lost. I will meet him myself. I don't need this because I'm very close to Cesc Fabregas, and they both are best friends. Cesc was my neighbor, and now he's like a brother to me, and." I wrote to him that can you call up Messi and because I met his wife, Messi's wife, she's been to my house. So he said, Neeraj, he doesn't know his plan, he's not in charge of his plan, so I'm sorry. But what I'm trying to tell you is वो आया यहाँ पे and पूरी दुनिया, I mean, crazy. Okay, fine, he's a goat, he's a legend, he's whatever. But it was amazing.
Does it show a side of India which needs to change?
Yes. So you see the Gen Z, the stadium was full of Gen Z, if you think about it. So they are sports-loving people. And if you see when they're fans of United, Chelsea, Liverpool, all these Arsenal, and your bars and pubs are full in Gurgaon when there's a big game. They're full. You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have seen also in Bombay, Bangalore, everywhere. So there is that love for the sport. We are not, and you know that football league started, and we were also sponsoring, I think Chennai, and we got out of it because we didn't see any traction, and not a proper way of doing things. So we got out of it. What I'm trying to tell you is that हमें भी मोटिवेट होना चाहिए ना
and crowd recognizes the fact that
yes so cricket में why did I got motivated because I know cricket is the only sport in India which will be the most famous sport. Now you tell me one thing, you are a sports guy, other than cricket what else is powerful in India?
That's what I'm saying.
90% is cricket,
yeah.
10% सारा कुछ और होगा.
Yeah, see the mess in football right now.
Yeah.
In Indian football.
Yeah.
So
okay, hockey we were up there. Now I don't know where we are.
It's unfortunate. Although I still feel hockey has great potential in India. The hockey league that
yes,
has great potential.
100%.
It's unfortunate the way it's not clicking.
But we used to be in the top in the world.
Yeah, of course.
So this is the issue.
I had a very interesting experience a few years ago, and I should say this because I'm in front of a big corporate leader, so it becomes all the more important for me to convey this. I met this young 12-year-old girl I met her in Bhubaneswar at the Kalinga Stadium. She was part of that, she was part of a weightlifting academy which was sponsored by that Anil Kumble's company, Tenvic. Okay. She's a very shy girl. I spent 1 hour standing there to say hello to her and she wouldn't look at me. She was that shy. So I was talking to her coach, etc. I asked, like, कहाँ से आती है ये लड़की? So it said she comes from some 300-400 kilometers away from Bhubaneswar. There's a small village in Odisha called Pekata. The girl, where electricity in her village was as old as that girl. 12 साल की वो बच्ची थी. And 13 साल पहले electricity आया था. Now, I'll tell you the problem that girl was facing. So, in the small village, carrying wood, stuff on her head, they realized that she could carry weight. तो उसको वहाँ से identify किया, उसको ले आए, weightlifting academy में डाले. Now look at the strange irony here that there was an Iranian weightlifting champion, an Olympian, who was the coach in that academy. and he would talk about diet, and he would talk about eating good protein driven food, etc. Chicken खाओ, ये खाओ, right? अब ये लड़की जो है, she's come from such poverty that in the dal that the family would make, she would literally have to look for dal in the water. That is the kind of poverty that she came from. Now, when she is in the academy, they are making her eat chicken and she can't digest it. She can't digest food that is healthy
Because the system
because
is
she's
not
not used to it.
Yeah. My God.
That made me think, and the academy and the coaches were telling me that she is bound to kind of be a champion when she grows up one day. And I really was, the only one thing that occurred to me at that moment was, what are we waiting for? Are we waiting for her to finally go to an Olympics where a primetime television anchor is going to then like see the beautiful, brilliant talent in that girl? I'm just saying, you know, what can be done to actually reach out to that girl, then having to wait for that girl to kind of accomplish something so that she can kind of figure out on Indian primetime television.
So where is she now?
She's at that academy.
And she's
Yeah, she's preparing for a Commonwealth. I got to, she'll be one of India's.
See, this is where that you said it right. There is talent everywhere, which is what I'm saying. Now a corporate can come and take over that lady and start the academy or start training her, putting finances behind her, and then eventually she wins a medal and we get national pride. That's all. One wants national pride, no? At the end of the day. And obviously your brand is there. But again, coming back to the same question, that are we a sporting nation? And I don't think we are a cricket nation. Definitely. We need to put our minds, our financial power, our whole governance, the whole system behind sporting to make it a sporting nation. And I think the government has moved a lot from where it was. Under the Modi ji government, they've done very good. And you've seen that's how the medals are coming in. And he's very focused also. He's very focused on sports. I know that because I know him. I've met him and I've discussed. And he is very focused on that.
One of your earliest plants, Apollo plants, was in Gujarat.
Because he was our chief minister. He came and inaugurated our plant in Baroda. And that was in early 2000, I think. And since then, we've had a very good relationship with him. And sports is on his agenda. As you know, he will go and meet the Indian cricket team. The women's just went and met him. So he's a sporting guy. And once you give the Prime Minister, once it's in his head, he's very focused and he'll get it done. So India is getting there, but we have a long way to go as far as a sporting nation is concerned.
Coming back to Apollo and coming back to brand activation, and coming back to the jersey sponsorship. You said that you all are already doing a lot of brand activation and you are planning to. So one of the problems that previous sponsors faced with Indian cricket was players का time ही नहीं मिलता.
They are playing regularly. So we have in our contract that we are allowed 5 players twice a year. And अभी एक धमाका मैंने किया है with BCCI. अब एक और, I don't want to give the surprise out, but before the World Cup there will be another dhamaka by Apollo, which you will see. So I will keep on exciting the market.
Your biggest challenge is going to be to get Shubman, Rohit, Virat, all of them in the same room at one point.
I'm getting. You just wait now. I can't give you all the good, exciting news now, but you wait. I'll get them.
Okay. The other bit is, again, I mean, I'll conclude the sponsorship part, kind of from a brand standpoint. You think Indian cricket as an ecosystem, because you are with Manchester United, you sponsors with Manchester United, and you've spent time in London, UK. Give me a comparison. Where does Indian cricket stand from a traction standpoint if you were to compare it directly with football in the United Kingdom?
Oh, no. Much less.
Much less.
Much
Okay,
less.
why?
Much less.
Why?
From, I think, like my son went to Charterhouse, which is a boarding school in the UK. It's a football school. It's not a cricket school. So a lot of academies in educational academies in the UK are either football, rugby, and less cricket.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's coming from the grassroots. And football in the UK or in Europe, there's so many leagues, right? There's a Spanish league, the La Liga, there's Italian, there's German, Bundesliga, then there's apna UK Premier League. So they have put a lot of money behind these academies and sponsorships. And it's coming from the grassroots. So cricket would not be watched by a lot of people in the UK. I'm just thinking aloud. So, plus it's a one-day game. Football is 90 minutes, upar niche 120. They go to the pub, they enjoy watching football. You can't be sitting in the pub for the whole day. That's one of the reasons also. And slowly, I'm seeing some interest coming in cricket, but it will never stand a chance to get to football level.
No, but I'm not talking about just UK alone. I'm saying India as a market for cricket compared to UK as a market for football. From a traction standpoint, let me break this down further before I go there. Merchandising, that's going to be a big
Yes.
thing here. India as a merchandising market has not evolved at all. Whereas in UK, the merchandising in itself is the thing.
Yeah, no, that is true. I'll make all efforts, obviously, to make merchandising a big thing in India. And we are in discussions with Adidas on how we can do this. And we will slowly come online.
Pricing?
Pricing is one of the areas. But, see, the others didn't do anything. That's what I was trying to tell you. That the other 5 companies, they didn't do any activation. So obviously as a nation, merchandising didn't pick up. So if I start channelizing that, I see potential in it. I see a lot of potential in it. Oh, I've got 100 calls on to make a t-shirt de do, t-shirt de do, t-shirt de do. So I am coming out with a plan on merchandising specifically. And it could be t-shirt, it could be a lot of other things also.
Like I go to watch a match at, let's say, the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, okay? I have to walk. Let's say I have to walk 200 meters before I enter the stadium. Jersey piracy is there. I don't want to buy the wrong jersey. I don't want to. But I'm entering the stadium. It is now up to the machinery to make sure that the right jerseys are available. No? Now, if it's not available, what will the fan do? Because fan wants to wear the Indian team jersey and go in.
And he's wearing the fake one.
Yeah.
Today, I'll tell you how to see the fake. The T of the Apollo should be close to the P, the danda of the P.
Achha.
That's the real one.
Okay.
अभी जो fake वाला है वो T उधर है, L के नीचे है.
So you're keeping an eye on this.
Yeah, but I can't do anything. वो 500 रुपए की बिक्री है, बिके मेरे को क्या?
Isn't here where the sponsor needs to step in and play the pricing game better?
I mean, I can't do that because that's Adidas. But I can put pressure on them. But see, you said a very good thing. When you are entering the stadium, there's hardly any merchandising or fake.
Yeah.
When you enter Old Trafford, my God, there is merchandising, there is everything under the sun.
Even in cricket also in UK, you go to the Lords or Oval,
so
all your
that's what I'm saying, that the system, this is a whole ecosystem of sports in India. We have to get it more professional. We have to get it more systematic. If we want to fight the rest of the world, then we have to think differently. That's all. And today, Gen Z is traveling. They see outside what's happening. I mean, I have so many people asking for tickets for Manchester United. Okay? And they'll take a special trip to come to Old Trafford. All the way from India, from Delhi, Bombay. They are hardcore fans. And so they are seeing what is happening in the international world and what is happening in India. Expectation of Gen Z is very high today. They want the best in class.
You'll agree with one more thing, that in India, whatever money is coming into sport, is also because big families that are passionate about it are doing something at a very family level. Like for example, you mentioned, like, you discussed it with your son, like, beta kya karna hai, like, do we put money there, like, father and son sharing the same passion. It could be any other family which is like kind of invested in sport, like Akash and his parents, he and his dad are like kind of, big time cricket fans. Parth and his kind of family is totally into the game. So they all like, so what I'm now realizing is that at the end of the day, these are dining room conversations spilling into the game, which is good. Nobody's complaining because money is coming into the
Yeah.
game. But futuristically, should this be changing?
No, I don't think it should change. I think it should be, uh, it should motivate us to do more.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it should motivate us. Like now that I've gone on the T-shirt, my friends in the industry should also start seeing that, okay, here now a big corporate has come in, who has a strong foundation. And BCCI told me that we are so proud that first time that there is a proper Indian corporate come on our T-shirt,
Of course.
right? And they're also feeling pride about it. I bet even the players are.
Yeah.
Because to wear something which is,
In fact, I don't remember the last time that there were three bidders in the race. Baiju took over from Oppo. When Oppo came, there was no other bidder. Before that,
Sahara.
Sorry?
Sahara?
No, in between, Star.
Huh.
Star had come, there was no other bidder. Before Star, Sahara, तो बात तो छोड़ ही दो फिर, like, and before that was ITC. I can't think of any proper 2 or 3 corporates being in the race. So this is y'all coming in and putting in the winning bid in itself is like,
A big
kind
thing,
of a
yeah.
big thing.
Yeah.
And to say that, there were 3 proper bidders in the race is actually a
So
very healthy sign.
that's why I'm saying now that the people now, corporate, government, should see that corporates are now getting serious about sports in India, not only cricket, and then start developing an ecosystem which is pro sports with a public partnership, private partnership, government coming in, corporates coming in, and then it's a journey. It's not overnight. 5-10 years down the line, you'll start seeing medals coming in. But provided that zero date is tomorrow.
Yeah, true.
Provided zero date is tomorrow, and we put in a system in place, and we have a body that is looking at it, even maybe at the Prime Minister level, to give it some grit, some focus, some क्या कहते हैं, strength. And only he can do that. And get corporates in, and you see how the country will flourish.
That's good to know.
And you make it professional. Make it professional, like BCCI has a professional arm with all of the Hemang and his team. Make it a professional body with one objective or one goal. The goal is to make India the top 10 in the medal tally. Let's say, I'm just saying for instance.
Fair enough.
And we've done it in every industry. Industry, like I told you, it's a global industry today in India.
Yeah.
We have the best cars. We have the best. We are getting to the better infrastructure slowly.
Yeah.
Okay, but if we are able to do it in a structured, systematic manner, I can tell you that India will be successful.
That's a very hard
I have a lot of confidence, and if the corporates get together with the government and the Prime Minister runs this as a corporate, we'll do it. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm very bullish about it.
I'm meeting PT Usha very soon. I'm going to take a copy of this podcast which when I go to see her. And I really hope what you're saying comes true. But actually, thank you for actually, kind of saying this, because it just puts so much...
No, I'm very passionate about it. Being an Indian, I also sit in UK, and when I see the tally and I'm in the friend circle, I feel embarrassed. When the conversation comes up, कि भाई आप लोग क्या कर रहे हो? आपके तो 1.4 की population है, तो where is India on the thing? a lot of questions come up. You know, when UK was having the Olympics,
Yeah,
we were nowhere.
very true.
And so in the friend circle,
Yeah.
it was a talk of the town.
Very true. Very true.
That we've done everywhere good, but here we've somehow not stepped up.
Sport is a way of life. On that
Yeah.
note, I guess you should. In fact, I should ask you: is there something that you would like to add? I've only asked you
No,
about
no.
sports.
I think I've said enough. I have said a lot of interesting things, and I've also given you a hint that come
I'm looking forward to it.
World Cup, you'll see more of Apollo.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Very
you
nice
for your
meeting you.
time. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.